well, sir, let's shoot it. We're back out here again today. Got a gun we're going to tell you about. I want to do a comparison video though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1911 Taurus. I've showed it to you in another video before, 45. I'm going to take it down there in the woods with this new tisis duty. Just got it here back here a few weeks ago. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to do a little comparison video. What we're going to do is I'm going to go on down there in the woods and shoot it, video it, and then we'll come back and talk about how I like it and do a review on it. Lord will, we'll see you in a few. Okay, we're out here in the woods. We got our two 1911s there. We got two of the bridge buffers down here. I'm gonna shoot the one on the right with one, the Taurus or the tisis, and I'm gonna shoot the one on the left with the other. We're gonna shoot at the center to see how accurate they are. We're gonna shoot a few rounds, maybe 4 rounds at each one, just to see what kind of pattern it has, and then we'll go from there. Okay, on the right, we're standing back about 10 yards. We're gonna shoot with the Taurus 4 rounds. Aiming at the center. Now, with the tisis, 10 yards, aiming at the center, 4 rounds. Okay, out of the box. The sights haven't been adjusted on either gun. I know I've had the Taurus a while, but I haven't adjusted the sights. This is the Taurus. I was aiming at the center. The first shot was one-handed, and obviously it didn't do too well. We got 2 at the low right-hand corner down there. The tisis, same thing, aiming at the center. First shot was one hand, and we have 2 toward the center, or actually at the low, at the bottom, and at the top just a little bit above the center. And then we got 2 at the very bottom down there. So out of the box, tisis, the sight is on better than the Taurus. Now we're going to shoot at these water jugs. The 2 on the right, we're going to shoot at 10 yards with the Taurus. The 2 on the left, 10 yards with the tisis, or tisis, whatever you want to call it. Now, I have full metal jacket target rounds. That's what I'm using in both guns. It's the same rounds. So let's shoot them and see what it does. Okay, 10 yards, the 2 on the right with the Taurus. A little to the right, looks like I'm gonna move over just a bit, see if I hit it. A little too much, a bit more. It seems to be all over the place. It might be me. We'll try it one more time in the center. Miss. I'm gonna go ahead and try the 2 on the left with the tisis and see what it does. Same thing, 10 yards with the tisis, 2 on the left. Well, obviously I only had 7 rounds in that mag. Go ahead and give it one more. The slide did not lock back on the tisis with the last round. So far, the tisis is a bit more accurate. You know, 45 you're gonna do some pretty good damage on a water bottle or anything like that. So I've hit the 2 targets. It took a few rounds with the tisis, but I did miss with the taurus. Now, it could be me pulling, but out of the box, no adjustments on the sight. Now we're going to try it at about 5 yards to see how it acts. And then after that, I'll face the camera on me to see if maybe I'm jerking, or if it's me, or is it the sights on the gun. We'll fire a couple rounds at these jugs and see what happens. Okay, 5 yards, the 2 jugs to the right with the taurus. 2 hands. Okay, 5 yards, we hit the jugs with the taurus, no problem. Now, 5 yards with the tisis, 2 hands. Seems like the tisis may have the taurus beat as far as goes in accuracy. Let's see what this taurus will do if we can hit them. Those 2 Mountain Dew cans on the right, 5 yards. Well, it seems as though the taurus is off bad enough I can't hit a Mountain Dew can at 5 yards. Let me try the tisis. See what I can do with that. Same cans, 5 yards. Obviously I can't hit anything. Okay, we're back at 5 yards. I got the taurus. I didn't bring a lot of ammo, otherwise I'd go ahead and make it happen with the cans there. We're just gonna have to do what we can, what we got. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire this taurus in front of the camera, just a couple shots. And I got 1 shot into tisis to see if I'm jerking, or see if, you know, maybe it is the guns that's off that bad. Ha! I would waste it with the camera not looking at it. Got that one too. So obviously, maybe I was jerking a little bit. Maybe that was the problem with the last 2 shots I fired, because I hit both cans. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the tripod and tote you over here to show you. I got both of them. 2 shots. So maybe it was me jerking some. The tisis slide did lock back with the last round out of the last mag. It was probably the mags. I've got 3 different types of mags here. I've got the Met Guard that came with my taurus. That's what I ran in it the first time. The second time, I don't know the brand. Let's see. This is the off brand here. Doesn't even have a name on it. But anyway, I've got 3 different types of mags. Maybe 4. And that had something to do with the slide locking back, I'm sure. You know how it is with different mags, some of the aftermarket mags. I've got 1 round into tisis, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to fire on that Sprite can down there, and I'm going to film me firing it just to see if I jerk or how I act. So let's see what happens. And I missed. Slide did not lock back with this mag. I threw a round out of the taurus into this mag here, so this might be the one that I was firing with the tisis that the slide did not lock back on. So, all right, well, that's it on the range. Let's go back home. We'll film a little bit. We'll talk about the 2 different guns, weight, length of the barrels, different things like that. And I'll tell you what I think about them. All right, we're back home now after doing the little range review there, or checking the gun out and comparing the tisis and the taurus. Now we're here where we can talk about them, and we'll start with the tisis. The tisis is 1911 45 ACP, got the 5-inch barrel, white dot sights. It's a satin stainless, and then it's got the black grips. These aren't the factory grips, these are actually Magpul aftermarket grips. That's what came on them when I got them. The overall length of it is 8.5 inches is what it says, but I measured it from the beaver tail to the barrel, and it was 8 5/8, I believe is what I got. So the gun itself, I'm gonna weigh it here in ounces. Well, give my scale a minute. Weigh it here in ounces. It weighs 37.51 ounces, empty with no mag in it. That gun only comes up to be 2.344 pounds. So 2.3 pounds without the mag in it, empty. Now, this is a Metgar mag. We're gonna put it on there with a mag in it and see what it weighs with the mag in it. And it comes up to be 40.03 ounces, and that comes up to be 2.752, so 2.7 pounds is what it comes up to be. And then we're going to take this mag out. I got another Metgar mag, and it's loaded with 230 grain federal ammo, American Eagle. We're going to weigh it. Comes up to be 45.94 ounces, and I believe what it was 2.806 pounds, or 2.8 pounds, and that's loaded with the mag in it. Now the gun itself, it has a skeletalized hammer. It's got a pretty nice beaver tail on it, wide, fits the hand pretty good. You know, it's got the safety, the grip safety. It's got ambidextrous safeties. It's got the skeletalized trigger. It's got the Picatinny rail on the bottom. You can put your flashlight on it. Got your slide serrations on the front of the slide and the rear of the slide. Several of those. Like I said, it's got the white dots on it for the sights. Nothing fancy, no glow in the dark or anything like that. Magpul grips on it right now. Factory came with some kind of black polymer style grip. I don't have those. Like I said, the barrel's 5 inches long. Anyway. The gun itself, I read on it that it had a 7-pound trigger pull. It does not feel like it. I mean, it may be a 7-pound, but it doesn't feel like it is to me. And the reason in saying that is, we're gonna go to the taurus. While I was down there shooting with it on the range, when I was firing it, I got to noticing the taurus has a lot harder trigger pull than the tisis does. And from what I see, I read online that the taurus is supposed to have a 5-pound trigger pull. I don't know for sure. I don't have a trigger gauge. But the taurus trigger is harder than the darn trigger on the tisis. So, anyway, that being said, we'll go on to the taurus. The taurus, basically the same. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, the tisis is made in Turkey. The taurus, 1911 45 ACP, got the 5-inch barrel. It's got the white sights, which I had some of that paint, that night sight paint, and I painted the back sights with it. Only works though if it's charged by the sunlight or some type of light. It won't hold in the safe or anything like that, you pull it out, it's not going to shine in the dark. All right. It's OD green slide, matte black lower, and it's got these fancy grips on it there. And they're kind of a cream, brownish black color. I like them pretty good. I can't remember what they're called. Should have researched it before I made the video, but it'll be all right. All right. The overall length, same. 8.5 inches is what it says online. I got, like I said, 8 5/8 inches. The weight of the gun, let's see. I got it written here somewhere. The weight of the gun only is, let's do the ounces first. 39.05 ounces, the gun alone. Now that comes out to be 2.441 pounds, so 2.4 pounds. And then the weight of the gun with an empty mag, Metgar mag. Comes up to be 41.57 ounces. Looked it up, and that come to be 2.598 ounces, and that's with an empty mag. Or not ounces, excuse me, pounds. It comes up to be 2.598 pounds with an empty mag. With the loaded Metgar mag, on the scale with the ounces, comes up to be 47.48 ounces. And we look back and convert it to pounds, it comes up to be 2.902 pounds is what it comes up to be. We drop the mag, gun's still empty, tisis is still empty. All right, so when it comes to the weight, the gun empty tisis 2.344, taurus 2.441. With empty mag, tisis 2.752, taurus. Now I don't see how that happened. 2.598. We got something sideways here. So let's put it on here and just do it in ounces. Taurus, no mag, 39.05 ounces. Tisis, no mag, 37.51 ounces. So that's 39. So the Taurus is heavier than the tisis. Loaded mag, Taurus, 47.48 ounces. Tisis, 45.94 ounces. So the Taurus is just a little bit heavier than the tisis. The Taurus trigger pull is a little bit harder than the tisis. The Taurus does not have the Picatinny rail on the bottom. It does have the skeletalized trigger. It's got circle holes in it. The tisis has a square hole and, you know, a couple odd shaped ones there. The hammer on it skeletalized. More or less, I would call it that. It's just got a hole drilled through the top of the hammer on it. And the tisis is a little bit more skeletalized. It took more of the metal out of it. The beaver tail, looking at it, is more narrow on the Taurus than it is the tisis. Tisis has a wider beaver tail. There is ambidextrous safeties on the Taurus as well as the tisis. It's got front and rear slide serrations. The serrations on the Taurus are wider than the tisis. There are more of them on the tisis and more narrow though. Taurus is made in Brazil. And like I said, the tisis is made in Turkey. Both of them are nice guns. You know, you got your mag eject, same as any 1911. All of it's basic 1911. Both are nice guns, but overall, doing the firing and the review on them, the tisis seems to be more accurate and lighter, and it has a better trigger than the Taurus. Now, I like the Taurus, I like Taurus, but out of these two here, I think the tisis is the better gun, and it's got like the extra rail and all that. And this here cost you, the tisis, I think it was like $6.99 online. I think I seen it at Academy for like $6.99 or something like that. And the Taurus, it seemed like I paid $600, maybe a little more than $600 for it when I bought it here back. So it's just a little bit cheaper for the Taurus. And you know, you got stainless versus it's Cerakote and all, but they're both nice guns. Another thing is, while firing it, I realized that the tisis slide wasn't staying back whenever I emptied it with one of the mags. These mags right here don't have a name on them. I don't know what brand they are. There's some off-brand, but with these mags, the tisis will not, whenever it empties, it will not, the slide won't stay back on it. So, Metgar is what came with it, I believe. Got this nice, smooth Metgar mag right here. And that's what came with the Taurus. Metgar mag, they're good mags. They feed and work well. I had no feeding issues, as you saw in the video, which I had no issues with that. So they're both reliable so far and both good guns. But all in all, like I said, the tisis won today. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, and share. Have your friends like, subscribe as well. And we'll keep trying to make a video here and there and do the best we can with them. I appreciate you coming on the channel, looking at the videos. And Lord will aggravate you later. Y'all have a blessed one. Alright, I went back and went ahead and weighed these guns again and done the ounces versus pounds such as that. Now, I'm going to tell you on the tisis, empty with no mag, 2.344 pounds. The Taurus, empty with no mag, 2.441 pounds. The tisis with an empty mag, 2.502 pounds. The Taurus with an empty mag, 2.598 pounds. The tisis with the loaded mag, 2.871 pounds. The Taurus with the loaded mag was 2.967 pounds. I know that I had issue in the video. My numbers weren't quite right. Went back and figured out what we had done. We've got it figured out. But that's what it is. Appreciate you checking us out.